is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am holy? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I've been. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone.
Good morning. Welcome to another What I Eat in a Day. I'm so excited to film some of my favorite recipes today. Today's What I Eat in a Day is specifically tailored to hormone balancing. It's kind of the journey that I am on. Before I kind of dive into it, I wanted to chat about it a little bit. For anyone who is new here or kind of jumped in here, I had a miscarriage about 6 weeks ago. It was actually an unplanned pregnancy and I was so happy and I was so full of joy, and unfortunately there was like a genetic abnormality. We actually did a test on it and it ended up being a miscarriage. Definitely throughout those months my body has gone through so much and my hormones are kind of still all over the place. I have always been really into kind of hormone friendly recipes and learning a lot about this because I've also in the past struggled with not having a period and stuff. There is just so much to deal with as a woman, and especially with hormones. They have such a big effect on your mood, your energy levels, your hair, your skin, your cycle, like truly everything. I truly believe in the power of nutrition when it comes to hormones, when it comes to mood, when it comes to supporting your body. Once you start thinking about food from a nourishment perspective, it can also really help you to kind of stay consistent and make the best possible choices for yourself and for your body. And obviously everyone is very different, everyone needs like different things, but I'm just kind of excited to share what I have been doing. Now, the kind of top 5 things that I've been doing when I think about hormone balancing, and I've also talked a lot about this with my own personal doctor, a holistic hormone specialist. No fasting for women. So immediately when I wake up, I will always have breakfast. I used to sometimes delay this a little bit if I was not really hungry, but definitely no fasting for me. A really good combination between complex carbs, healthy fats, and protein. Really prioritizing protein. If you don't know how much protein to have, at least like 1.5, 1.8 grams of protein per kilo body weight. So you can kind of do your own calculations there. Has been an absolute game changer for me. Not only helps with my blood sugar, it makes me feel satisfied. It truly helped with so many different things. And that's kind of the number 3 is regulate your blood sugar levels. So important for regulating your hormones, you guys. There are little tricks throughout the day that you can do to regulate your blood sugar levels. Not having naked carbs, so always paired with some healthy fats, not sugar and not processed foods, obviously. When you're going for something sweet, try to go for like a coconut sugar instead of regular sugar. The glycemic index is a little lower. Number 4, obviously hydrating a lot. Number 5 is also eating a lot of iron-rich foods. Have been super beneficial for me. This is why I personally have been consuming a lot more red meat, and really my body feels so good on it. So that being said, breakfast was kind of this very like hormone friendly meal. I feel I've been kind of making the same breakfast and I've been kind of sharing that, but it's just truly what I like to eat the most. Really good for my blood sugar throughout the day to start with savory breakfast rather than sweet. It was very filling and just so delicious. So it's actually Sunday today, which is so nice, and I am gonna go to the farmer's market today and grab some ingredients. I'm just gonna grab my phone quickly. So I needed a little meal inspo. I was like, what shall I make for lunch today? Obviously it's like fall, so I wanted to do some like fall vibe. I'm actually gonna pick a recipe from my Sourcing Body app where all my recipes are. I literally popped up, the first one was the delicata squash salad with cinnamon date dressing, which is so good. And then I think for dinner, I am craving kind of a warmish soup or something. I always feel that's like very nourishing. Also, before I forget, on the Sourcing Body app, I have all my recipes that you always see in the videos. I also have all my meal plans there. So I've got reset meal plan, a high protein meal plan, a 7-day no sugar meal plan. Those are all co-created with a registered dietitian. Also, we have a big community chat on here, which is so fun to be connected with a lot of like-minded people. And then obviously all my workouts, from Pilates to strength workouts. We're actually currently running a really big Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale, and this is, you guys, the only sale of the year. So we have 30% of all memberships, so I'm gonna link that down below. You just get so much more value onto the app. I know you guys love my little videos here, but there's a lot of inspiration, and everything is like written out really nicely. You can also see for each dish like macros and stuff, which again, if you're getting into sugar regulation or into protein and stuff, it's just really nice to learn and to actually see, and you don't have to like do all the work. It's all in one place. Okay, I'm gonna put my jacket on and then we're gonna head over to the farmer's market. I got all my goodies here. This is fresh spinach, some mushrooms. These are always the absolute best from the farmer's market. And then I got some fresh herbs. I also got some persimmons. It is so nice that it's persimmon season. These are literally my favorite in fall. Love them. They're actually 2. This one is a little harder. Got my fresh coconut milk, or coconut water, coconut milk. I already sipped a little bit. And then I got some fresh salmon. I'm probably gonna cut this and put in the freezer, and then we're gonna cook this up for dinner tonight. Yum. Okay, we're gonna make a delicata squash salad. I'm just gonna use my little air fryer to make the squash. Squash is literally one of my favorite vegetables, and I'm always so happy in fall that I get to make it a lot, because I usually make a bulk of it and I just put it on everything, on my bowls, salad, sometimes even with breakfast with eggs and stuff, and I feel it's so good. So let's get cooking. Okay, you guys, I had all these plans this afternoon to go out and stuff, and my tummy is just hurting me so bad right now, so I'm just all bundled up on the couch, and I put a little heat pad onto my stomach, just taking it very slowly and just trying to listen to my body, but I am just craving something sweet. So a couple days ago I made a carrot cake and it turned out so good, so I'm gonna have a piece of that, and then I'm also gonna make a cup of tea. If you want the recipe for this carrot cake, you will have to look on my Instagram because I posted it there, and also on the app, by the way. I made this cake probably 3 times the past week, like my sister and I. We're trying to perfect it because the first time it came out, it was honestly like hard as a rock. I feel sometimes people just kind of forget the amount of work that does go into recipe development and stuff, you know, especially with baking. It's like science. If you don't have the measurements right or the techniques right or whatever, it just doesn't really come out delicious or the way you want it. This is my carrot cake. It is gluten-free, actually dairy-free, but I made a cream cheese frosting on it, so this is not dairy-free anymore, but I'm gonna make a little tea. I love around this season doing like a chai or like a rooibos. This one is actually caffeine-free. I think most rooibos are not caffeine free, but this one is. Like, this is my perfect little afternoon snack. I love doing a cup of tea with a little bit of milk in it, and then sometimes I do a little honey as well, but we already have a sweet carrot cake coming up, so, and then this is all ready to eat. You know what I thought was really funny? I was just realizing how in the beginning of the video I was talking about the importance of blood sugar level and stuff. Here I am crushing carrot cake. At least it was homemade. So good. Honestly, I just need anything comforting right now because the pain on my tummy is like absolutely crazy. I never used to have really strong like PMS symptoms so much, but now obviously I feel I kind of like do a little bit more, and honestly it's no joke. So I'm just taking it a very slow today. Hey buddy, come here. Hey. Cousin is like staring at me from the other side of the room. I think he like wants the food. He's not very a big beggar or something. He's just like staring me dead ass in the face from the other side. Okay, I am just going to rest up a little, probably do some work on my computer while laying down, and then we're gonna make some dinner soon. I first was thinking a soup with like chicken meatballs, but then I was at the farmer's market and I got a piece of salmon. I love buying salmon at the farmer's market because it's always super freshly caught, which is amazing. I don't always get it because it's very pricey at the farmer's market, and also I don't go every week, so I do try to incorporate some like fresh fish and stuff in my diet, especially like some nice salmon and stuff because it has a lot of healthy omegas and things like that. So yeah, changed the plan a little bit. I think we're gonna do a salmon curry today. Okay guys, I was gonna make a Thai curry salmon from the app. I just looked at the Best Buy date and it says 10 December 2024. That's been in there for a long time. I just like can't really believe it. It's been there for like more than a year. It looks still good though. Would it be too risky? Yeah, probably. So we gotta freestyle a little bit. This might be a little bit of a girl dinner type of night. Okay, let's see what we can find. We're gonna do a salmon. I really hate this when I have all the ingredients and I prepare for something, and then as soon as dinner time I realize I miss kind of some key ingredients, and unfortunately it happens more often than you think. So I found some wraps that honestly need to be finished soon. So I was thinking just making some salmon wraps, and then with some mushrooms on the side that I bought from the farmer's market. These mushrooms are gorgeous, by the way. They're always like my favorite. So I think I'm just gonna make a super simple wrap with some spinach on the side, some mushrooms. Yeah, mix that all together. It just needs something mushy. Like, I don't have avocado. I don't know. Maybe have a good sauce or something in the fridge, but this honestly looks pretty delicious. I am just gonna cut this up and then put it all together. I'm also debating, I usually always make my salmon in the air fryer, but I'm kind of too lazy to grab it, so I'm thinking maybe I do it in the pan today. You know, switch it up a little bit. Sometimes I do feel like you can get a little bored with certain meals, but if you just prepare them in different ways, it can just taste so different. And I often think in different cuisines, so I'll do like salmon in a more Asian way, or I do it more in a Mediterranean way, and that way the same type of ingredients just always taste different and like a little exciting and stuff. Get some spinach ready. I'm gonna cut up some of my gorgeous mushrooms. Look how gorgeous these are. They are so stunning. We're gonna scrape these a little bit. Guys, I just was with Max on the phone. We're going to the Hamptons next week, see his family, and the conversation of us moving to New York is still kind of a conversation. Well, it's kind of a little bit of a decision. I think it's all about timing. It's about finding the right place and just finding a place that we kind of want to be in for a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna probably be more looking at like spring or late spring, but it's pretty crazy, I feel. I also feel, and you guys can be a dead ass honest with me, but obviously I read all the comments here. I have a feeling that most of you don't like my LA content as much as my New York content, or when I was living in New York. I just sometimes read the comments. They're like, oh, your New York vlogs are so much more fun, or whatever. Or like, oh, we don't like LA, but it might be just a couple comments here and there, but I'm actually really curious. This is all done. We're gonna cook it up with a little olive oil. I might do the veggies as a little side as well. Do a little cucumber. Okay, you guys, I just changed my mind on the wrap situation because I just found some rice noodles. So I'm gonna do a stir fry with noodles, veggies, and salmon. I feel that would be a really nice and good combo. Okay, guys, my random dinner kind of gets ready. Some noodles, and then salmon on top. You can't really see it here, but I always feel again, it's in the sauce. I'm gonna use this one. Miso mayo. Oops. Oh shit. The whole thing fell off. We're gonna add loads of herbs. And then we're gonna add sesame seeds. And here we go. Dinner is ready. Honestly, this looks really good for something that I just whipped up. Noodles, salmon, veggies, seeds, and then loads of fresh herbs. Yum.